Good day, everyone, and welcome to Obidient Family TV. The program is Hope Alive. Yes, there is hope, and the new Nigeria is possible. Now, good morning, afternoon, and evening, depending your time zone. Today, we are here again to have discussion on the trending issues in Nigeria, but focusing mostly in Edo State. As you know, there are just few hours to the election, the gubernatorial election in Edo State. And the news reports coming in from there is not so good, not encouraging. But we get to that. And the major thing that is so disturbing, also distracting, is the news, allegation of two All Progressive Congress, the APC governors. They named Senator Hope Uzodinma of Imo State and the Ekiti counterpart, Abiodun Oyebanji, that the party's national chairman also involved, are said to have arrived Edo State carrying already signed INEC result sheets and other sensitive voting materials ahead of the September 21, 2024 governorship election in that state. Allegedly, though. But interestingly, these governors, according to them, arrived in the state with the Independent National Electoral Commission Resident Electoral Commissioner, that is the REC for Ebonyi State, who is from Imo State, coincidentally. Well, according to these sources that brought up this information, they allege that these officials traveled by road from Owerri, Imo State, to Benin City, following the APC rally in Imo State of the local government election on the southeast state. The high-profile delegation, according to them, was escorted by dozens of heavily armed policemen from the anti-kidnapping unit known as Tiger Base, a special tactical unit within the police force. The said materials are allegedly reported transported in a police armored vehicle and stashed at the private residence of former Edo State Governor, whom is a current senator representing Edo North, Adams Oshomole. Allegedly, but troubling. A source that is familiar with the details of this very said trip said that there is no doubt that there is a pre-planned operation aimed at rigging the Edo State election. But as we know, even while he said allegedly, Uzodinma has a history of using force in elections, as seen during the Imo State gubernatorial election of last year. How they want to replicate the same in Edo State. The intention, according to these insiders, allegedly, is to use the pre-signed result sheets in conjunction with forces at collation centers, replicating the electoral tactics that allegedly helped Uzodinma secure victory during the 2023 Imo State gubernatorial election. Well, we're here to have these very deliberations with our own active citizens and Nigerians that are reacting to this disturbing news coming out. Even when we've heard some soothing words from the Chief of Defense Staff, who has said that they have a mandate from Chief Bola Tinubu to make sure that the election goes on peacefully. But let's take a listen before we get into the conversation with the people who are joining me. Let's get to hear what the Chief of Defense Staff have to say about election riggers. Let's go to hear from him about what he said, the mandate from Chief Bola Tinubu in Edo State. Just few hours to this very gubernatorial election. Very crucial one for Edolites, for Edo people. Let's take a listen.
To assure you that members of the armed forces are here to support you in this election, to make sure that the election is peaceful. Our drive, our mandate from Mr. President is to ensure that it is peaceful, free, fair, and credible. And that is what exactly we're going to do. So everybody you see here is here to ensure that is done, and that's the mandate. And that is why I'm here to also look at it, see the troops and address them critically for them to understand the importance of free, fair, and credible elections. Nobody is to take sides. Whoever it is that is popular and the people want, we want the people to be the ones to select who they want, not who is being imposed on them. So at that I can guarantee you. We have done it for other states in the past 3 elections. I'm sure you noticed that it went well. We want to do the same thing here. The days of impunity are over. This election shouldn't be war. People shouldn't die because they want to go and select who they want to vote. So, in clear terms, that's why I came.
Politicians will behave the way they like, but members of the security agencies should give the public assurances and confidence. Like we're not asking for any favors. We're saying let Edo citizens be free to go to the polls and express themselves the way they wish, and will accept the outcomes of any properly conducted polls. But when you have a situation where citizens are being intimidated by people in uniform, last night some people woke me up at 3 a.m. There were policemen at Edo Central trying to still arrest people last night. I got a call this morning again about the Sienna boss at the area office with a mandate to come and pick up. I mean, elections that are 2 days away. We have, people who have been arrested, taken away from a door. In law, it's only fair. If you claim that somebody has committed an offense in a place, you arrest that person and try that person in that location where they committed the offense.
I don't want to hear anything that it is the armed forces that has caused problem here or the other. No. Our own is to provide that security. No any other agency in the name of vigilante, hunters or what? No. Only the statutory security agencies that are allowed to carry arms and operate on that Saturday. Your commanders will show you and tell you what to do. We are restricting movement, no convoy movement. Everybody should just walk, go and do his election and go back. We want it to be peaceful. Election should not be war. We don't want anybody injured, we don't want anybody killed. But anybody who decides to carry any weapon, whether cutlass, whether rifle, gun, machete or whatever, in the name of it intimidating any other person, we must get that person arrested. Is that clear?
Yes, sir! Concerning Edo election, the police has been arresting people indiscriminately. No. We have our targets and we always go for our targets. For those that have been arrested in Edo, they were arrested in connection with the killing of the policeman within the vicinity of the airports in Benin City, where others were injured with bullet shots. We are not going to be partial about it. We remain professional in this election, but we need to get it clear that for those that we have arrested, we don't know where they belong to. Whether they are businessmen, they are restaurant operators, or they belong to any political party. But we went after those who have killed our policeman.
The Chief of Defense Staff arrives at the 4th Brigade headquarters in Benin City, the Edo State capital. He is here to ensure effective collaboration and a certain troops' level of preparedness in support of the Nigeria Police for the conduct of the off-cycle governorship election scheduled for 21st September 2024. After inspecting the Guard of Honor, he proceeds into the Situation Room where he met with key players. The meeting went into a closed-door session as journalists were asked to leave. After the meeting, the Chief of Defense Staff assured that the state will be peaceful before, during, and after the polls.
We must act professionally because they say charity begins at home, so it should start from us. Whatever conduct we are to do, we must be impartial. Deployment should start as soon as possible. We must protect the citizens. We must give an enabling environment for them to cast their votes.
Although he did not disclose the number of personnel that will be deployed, General Musa noted that no other security operatives should be out except the conventional one.
Nobody should be intimidated. We don't want any other security outfits, vigilante, civilian, whatever, to be out. Only those ones constitutionally mandated to do that. They are the only ones expected to go out. So even all those other ones in uniform, nobody should wear any uniform other than these other ones. The police, the military, the civil defense will provide adequate security for all.
Allegations of pre-signed INEC result sheets and sensitive materials being smuggled into Edo State by the APC. Well, I think the Chief of Defense Staff reinforced the mandate and rules of engagement as we watched him while he conveyed the message of Chief Bola Tinubu to the troops who are in Benin right now to do the needful. He has, according to him, that Chief Bola Tinubu has no favorite candidates anywhere, and that the people's choice, who becomes the true winner, is his choice. We hope that is comforting. Now, may we be comforted with this as we dispel the fear of intrusion, the fear of harassment, the fear of vandalization, coercion, and all other meat of a federal might. May we all come out en masse to vote and protect our votes in the following manner. Number one, get up early in the morning tomorrow enough to prepare, clean up, take your breakfast or carry it along with you to the polling center. An empty stomach, as you know, is the first enemy of any election, no matter the good effort of the officials. 2. Be patient to witness the arrival of the officials and the required logistics for a due certification by the polling unit agents as witnessed by the electorate. Also, make sure that you are there until it is sent to the IREV. C. Endure the accreditation process and offer your own phone Wi-Fi if any network facilitating medium for the officials are reasonably delayed by any obvious thing. Even when they don't have any Wi-Fi at all, please do provide them so that we get the needful. Vote Olumide Akpata. Also wait for your vote to be counted before leaving that polling unit. Okay, let's get our people now discussing on this very alleged issue of APC smuggling pre-signed, already sensitive materials into Edo State. Let me start with Mr. Bassi, who has joined us virtually. Mr. Bassi, we've heard all of this just within hours to this very crucial election. We are seeing all kinds of red lights everywhere. Now, the one that is coming in, though allegedly that APC, 2 governors, even their own chairman, are said to have carried sensitive materials and pre-signed INEC result sheets into Edo State. We know that there is always no smoke without fire in Nigeria. So even when we say it is allegedly, not confirmed, being sure, but from the sources and also the likes of Uzodinma, known for his antecedents, what is your opinion and your advice to Edo people? Though I understand we may be comforted by the soldiers deployed by the Chief of Defense Staff. What are your thoughts, Mr. Bassi?
Good evening, Mr. Kanu. Thank you for having me this evening. Good day, my fellow panelists. Good day, Obidient and listeners across the world. It's not surprising to hear some of these things that are happening. That's because the agency that has been saddled with the responsibility of conducting election had not given and had made Nigerians not to trust them in their activities, their action. But INEC has one more chance to redeem itself through this Edo election. And they owe Nigerians and the Edo people that responsibility of conducting free, fair, credible, and transparent election. It's not about coming to tell Nigerians, oh, we will do this, we will do that. This is the time to walk their talk. And we believe that they have this Edo election to use and redeem their already battered image. Because before Nigerians, INEC has proven time and time again that they cannot be trusted. And so some of these pillars coming out of Edo State is not surprising. But what I will always tell the Edo voters and indigents and citizens is that they need to be vigilant, they need to stay alert, they need to resist every temptation to rig election in favor of any candidate. Let the will of the Edo people determine who wins this election. So my appeal also to the commander-in-chief is, it is not just good enough for him to issue statement. Let him also leave his statement. Let us see an election free of bias that is not being skewed to a particular candidate. Let us allow the Edo people to choose whoever they want to lead them. The same appeal goes to the army. Yes, they have deployed several troops to go and protect the electoral material, ensure there is peace in Edo. Please let this deployment be unbiased. You remember what happened in Ekiti some times ago, where the army was given instruction to go and oversee election in favor of a particular candidate. We don't want Ekiti incident to happen in Edo. Let the voters decide who will lead them. So please, I am appealing to all the security agencies. Let them be neutral. We don't want bias oversight. INEC officials, please ensure that this election is free and fair. Thank you.
Mr. Basi, a very quick one, because I think you get this very part. You know, political analysts want that the involvement of these high-profile figures, coupled with the allegations that we are seeing today of a pre-signed result, points to a looming political crisis in Edo State, potentially. And that's why I said, what are your thoughts when high-profile figures are alleged to have a possession of pre-signed result sheets? What does that point to?
It is worrisome. It is worrisome that when you see these high-profile politicians having access to what is supposed to be sensitive material in their possession, it's worrisome. And we want Edo people to resist every attempt to skew this election to a particular candidate, because, like I said, the will of the Edo people must be left, must be allowed to stand. We should not allow these external factors to play the role on who wins the election. And I really don't understand why, when it is an election day, you see governors trooping into the state where election is being held. For what purpose are they doing this, if not for the fact that they are going there to subvert the will of the people? So let us resist every attempt to skew this election to a particular candidate. Let the will of Edo people prevail. And that is my optimum, that is my expectation that it will happen. And Edo people, once again, I charge you to stay your ground, put your feet down, don't be cowed, don't allow anybody to intimidate you. Let the will of the people prevail. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Batsi. Let's quickly get the opinion of
Lord K. Lord K, you know, the next 24 hours are expected to be very, very critical as Edo State braces for this potentially volatile election with accusations of manipulation, security interventions, potential unrest. I think the stage is really getting set for what could be one of the most controversial elections in Edo State recent history. So what are your thoughts on these very allegations of pre-signed result sheets? Because we also heard yesterday that there are some missing or stolen sensitive materials from INEC supply as at yesterday night. What are your take in all of these allegations?
Yes, good evening, fellow Nigerians. Good evening, Obedience around the world. Good evening, everyone in the studio and my Zoom panelists. Well, the time has come, the day is set, and the die is cast. Now, a time like this, we all know that the infidels, the non-entities, the scorns in the society, this is the time they want to start playing their games. From all we can hear so far, from all we have heard so far, it has been established that yes, the APC president that we have has actually declared that he wants to deliver Edo State to APC. Now, from all indications, we have also heard that there was some looting of sensitive materials in Oredo that has the highest amount of voters for Edo State. Secondly, there is another allegation that some governors like the likes of Hope Uzodinma, they have entered the state with pre-written results already. So now, what do we do? What do we do? Everybody has waited. INEC has promised. INEC has been on this matter that there's going to be a transparent, a fair, and a clear elections for Edo State, but the reverse is what we are hearing right now. INEC, we know, is an organization that is compromised already. In the fact that we know what they did 2023. We know how they came up at 4 a.m. in the morning to announce the results of who did not win the election. They said he won the election. So now, they have the backing of the president. They have the backing. That is why he was so bold. He was so bold 2 months ago to come out and say he was going to deliver Edo State to APC because they know what they've planned already. They know how they want to manipulate the system. But now is the time that we, the people of Edo State, will show them that Edo not be Lagos. Edo not be Abuja. Edo is not a place you come and play games. What we have in mind now, Edolites, is everybody tomorrow go and cast your votes. Go and cast your vote and stand by your results. Go there with your phones. Go there with every recording device. Make sure that your polling officer, make sure the polling officer counts each vote, count every card, and recorded into that ECA form. Make sure it's recorded there directly in your presence while you are recording. And by the time he has finished recording, you take a picture of that form. Take a picture of that form. Make sure he comes out, he show you a clear sheet before he starts recording. And at no point should that sheet disappear or go under the table, or it goes into the inner room or wherever with that sheet. Gentlemen and ladies, this is the only way we are going to beat whatever Hope Uzodinma and his crew has come into Edo State to establish. We have no time for this nonsense anymore. Those that want to come and rig the election in Edo State, they will be disgraced. We know the candidate they want to push on Edo State. We know who they want to push on Edo State. This is somebody that could not attend any interview with anybody. This is somebody that could not articulate any correct sentence. This is somebody that has brain fog. Gentlemen and ladies, we know what we want. We know how we want Edo State to go. Abia State today is enjoying all the amenities that Alex Oti has come with a plan for. The same thing we want for Edo State, and even more. Oti has been to our state, Edo State, and has made it clear that himself and Olumide Akpata will work together to make sure Edo State shines again. Edo State come back to the number one, the heartbeat of the nation they know them to be. Gentlemen and ladies, let's make this happen. Stand by your votes. Stay where you are. Don't go there with the intention of, with any weapon or anything. Only go there with your phone, go there with your lunch, go there with your water, and your PVC. Go there and cast your votes, stand around, and make sure everything is recorded on your phones. And by the time you finish, post them to the Obidient family platform. Post it to us. And we will actually be showing all these things live tomorrow.
All right.
All right. The other thing I wanted to bring to your attention is that there is said to be bags of rice, palliative, from the federal government that is meant to be distributed to the people in Edo State, that such was seen carried into the house of Adams Oshomore for election purposes. I saw that very trending video, and it's really confusing whether this is actually happening right now, that election, campaign is technically over. Is this federal government rice coming? Is Adams Oshomole distributing this rice now that we have barely 24 hours to the election? Is this actually happening right now in Edo State?
Also packed together that they want to distribute with this rice. Gentlemen and ladies, they are taking this to the polling ground tomorrow. There's going to be, I think the plan is they are driving trucks of this rice and the wrapper that they want to distribute. They are driving it to distract voters. Because when the voting is going on, people will be scrambling for rice and wrapper while they are on the other side manipulating figures. That is what the plan is. So, my people, let's make sure we don't get distracted by whatever their plans are for tomorrow. Oshomole, we know this man to be a devious old monkey in the States. This is somebody that has come up with different governors. He will come and promote the governor, and then tomorrow castigate the governor. Promote another one, following day castigate him. How long shall we allow Oshomole to do this in Edo State? Who is Oshomole? Who is he? Gentlemen and ladies, let's make sure tomorrow we don't get distracted by the 25 kg bag of rice or the 10 kg that they're going to bring out and the wrapper they're going to share around to distract you. to go and be rushing for these things while they are on the other side manipulating results. That is the technique they want to use. So, gentlemen, let's make sure we stay firm with our decision, stay firm with our PVCs, stay firm to the very end of this election. The wrapper and the rice that are going to distribute tomorrow, I mean, it can only last you for 1 week. And then you go and suffer. You go and suffer for another 4 years. The wrapper and rice will not last you more than 1 week. You will not, because of that, sell your PVC for another 4 years. Let's think wise and think fast. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much.
Time is of essence right now. Let me get to Mr. Tony. Tony, you've heard these allegations of already signed INEC result sheet, sensitive materials being stolen from Edo State, and the APC coming into Edo State with pre-signed result sheets. I know you are not a newcomer into this kind of a thing, because we know what happened in Enugu State in the last general election. We know how Governor Mba came in and what happened in certain locations, which of course you had shared with us in this very program. So what would be your take on this, and also your advice to Edo people? As you know, we are just hours away for Edo people to decide, but what would be your own thoughts to them about this very pre-signed result? How to identify already signed election INEC forms and all of that? What is your take to them?
Thank you, Mr. Kanu, for having me. I just want to say this because it really, really hurts me badly that people cannot do the right things. Why is it that elections in Nigeria is a do or die affair? Why? Why do you have to be the governor? Are you coming to snatch it, to take it by force, to serve the people? No, that is not true. It can't be true that you are using force to snatch the governorship and then say you are serving the people. It doesn't work. It doesn't rhyme. It doesn't work together. Why don't you let people elect you so that you become the people's choice? That way you'll be able to implement the people's agenda. Why? These politicians, instead of focusing on developing the economy, the infrastructure, the people themselves, you are just focused on what you can grab to boast, to show that you are a tough guy, that you can get certain things done, bad things for that matter. Why?
Yeah, Tony.
What things are we? I just want to start from there. Because
okay, please do, because we really want your input on how to identify pre-signed INEC result sheet.
I'm coming. I just want to make this point. Yeah. Now, Edo people, you should be aware of the collection centers. You can take pictures at the polling booths. You can watch what is going on there and see that the result sheets or the EC 8A forms are carried, first of all, to the Ward Collection Center. Collection centers are the primary location where they rig elections, because
absolutely
they already have the sheets, voting sheets. They can go and print their own and write their result and bring it in at the collation center, sneak it in there. So it goes from the ward collation center to the local government collation center. You have to be extremely watchful. Those agents at those locations must be very, very attentive, and then ready someone to make calls if they see anything going wrong. That is really where they rig the elections. Not polling booths. Because if you bring your own, the people there, the INEC people, in collusion with the political party they want to win, will just leave their own aside and then use the forged ones. So that is the location you have to be extremely attentive to. So Edo people go, vote, let their votes count, make sure, like others have said, other panelists have said, take pictures, make sure that it's sent to the IREV, and then follow whoever is following the vehicle to the collection center should open his eyes or her eyes, or their eyes, to make sure that is going on. Have your camera ready, and then have your phone ready to make calls. Whenever you see something going wrong, make calls and have people come and protest right there. Don't wait until they finish writing fake results. You start making noise, alerting people, and the army is not going to help you prevent rigging, because they're not going to be at the polling booth. They will be, driving along the streets looking for people that will cause problems. It's the police at the polling booth and the INEC officials at the polling booth. They are the ones that help rig elections. But if you are very careful, monitoring what they're doing, that particular polling booth exercise will go according to plan. Then the next plan is to watch what is going on at the collection centers. Very simple. Very simple.
All right. Thank you so much.
Lord K, once again, we have the Obidient family in all the local governments of Edo State. I will kindly want you to reach out to the people who are the executive of this Obidient family, so that when they go out to cast their votes in their different polling units, so that they can send videos and also mock shots of the election result sheets. Now we are expecting the Obidient family in all the local governments of Edo State to endeavor clearly by tomorrow, as they go out, to make sure that they get through their local government executives to get all the EC8A forms signed at their polling units. That will enable us to do our homework, notwithstanding the situation room as would have been provided by Olumide Akpata's team. So please do reach out to them. Or do you have one or two things to add to that before we shut down?
Tomorrow, all the Obidient executives, they are going to be at their different wards. They are going to be there to do as much as we have trained them to do, as much as expected them to carry out their responsibilities. I mean, just to reiterate again, you should go there with your phones, make sure they are fully charged, make sure you have your lunch pack with you, make sure you have enough water, because that will be the point where you want to go out to do one thing or the other, that's when things will start happening. So as long as you are well fortified with all these amenities, you will always be on standby. You will always be present there. So nothing will go past your nose or go past your eyes. So everything that will be done at that collation center, at the police station, will be under your control, under your record. Gentlemen and ladies, tomorrow, don't let anybody distract you. Don't let anybody give you one reason or the other to leave your position. Because the moment you move, that is when manipulations come in. So, my friends, let's make this happen, because Edo State has suffered enough. 24 years of APC PDP is enough. Let's make a change for ourselves right now, because as they said, it's a do or die open for them. If we let the wrong person come in, Edo dies. If we allow the chosen one, Olumide Akpata of Labour Party, Papa Mwa Pikin, take over, we know we are going to fly and we're going to thrive one more time again. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for staying in there. For this allegation of APC smuggling sensitive materials and the pre-signed INEC forms, we'll keep our ears open to hear from the people on ground in Edo State by tomorrow to see how many people will be apprehended. And of course, we'll be reporting most of these things live. All what we expect from the Obidient family in all the local governments in Edo State is simply to make sure that they send in all the information through their local government WhatsApp platforms. We'll be waiting to get those information, both the EC8A forms and all what is happening at those polling units. It is now. Now is the time. We are just hours away. And this is the final broadcast we have for today. So please, wherever you are in Edo State, make sure that tomorrow that you do the needful. Everything depends on how you guys go out to that very polling unit, how you stay there until your votes are counted, and how you are there when that form is signed and being sent to the IREV. There is not going to be any glitch tomorrow because it's not national, it's just Edo State. And we expect INEC to do the needful. We expect the army to really confront this allegation of pre-signed election result sheet to see how they could be able to get down to that very Monday. Thank you so much. And until tomorrow, when we shall be broadcasting Edo Decides live. Bye for now.
Oh, it's making a whole lot of difference because he is one individual that people trust. People trust Peter Obi because his word is his bond. People trust Peter Obi because he's a performer. And so his endorsement of my candidacy is worth his weight in gold. And so I make no bones about it. And I will not hesitate to take advantage of the fact that he supports my and those of you who know him and people who know Peter Obi well know that he would only associate himself with a candidate who he has every confidence in his or her abilities. And so I'm fortunate, I'm privileged that he is willing to stand shoulder to shoulder with me on the podium, on various podiums across the state. We have been to all 3 senatorial zones together. He has been very, very magnanimous with his time and with his energy. And he has brought that to bear on the campaign process. And the people are definitely encouraged by his presence. Right. It gives them reason to believe again. Okay. It gives them hope again.
If I may come in again at this point, now speaking of confidence and all of that, as the day draws closer and closer, how confident are you in terms of preparations by INEC, the election regulator or monitor, if you like? And of course, do you have any concerns about security? So far, the PDP candidate has raised concerns about the neutrality or otherwise of the police and indeed INEC. Do you have similar concerns?
Well, talking about preparation, firstly, as a party, as a candidate, I'm pumped, I'm psyched, and I'm ready. We are fully prepared for this election. So that is us. We have gone to the people. We have made our case to them. We have put forward our pitch, and the people have accepted us. And so we are very, very confident that we shall receive their total support at the polls on Saturday. Now, with regard to the umpire, the regulator, INEC, we're hopeful because there are certain peculiar factors that lend themselves to this process that will hopefully bring about a positive outcome. Firstly, is an off-cycle election. So in that regard, we are fortunate and privileged to have the undivided attention of INEC on this state, so they can bring to bear their entire machinery on the process. But having said that, I am still concerned because I bother about capacity issues. Right now, we've heard rumors of some of the actors already fighting it out at the INEC center somewhere in Benin City. I'm yet to confirm that. I just read a news flash that some hoodlums have carted away sensitive materials. Again, yet to confirm that. But I'm concerned about capacity. I'm concerned about the fact that the terrain, I have been around Edo State about 5 times in this process. The roads are in a deplorable state. I just wonder to myself, how can INEC manage to get around in these conditions? I just returned from the riverine areas of Edo State. I wonder to myself, is the regulator able to access this? Will people not be disenfranchised? You just need to see the conditions of our roads. I just returned to Benin from Irua. It is so difficult to get around. So I'm very worried about just the logistics of this process. So as you can imagine, we will continue to engage with the operators. We will continue to interrogate the system.